Hi, good day. This is Mom Sheila, and welcome again to our English for Academic and Professional Purposes subject. This is now our week 3. Then last meeting we talked about the text structures. Those are list and description structures, compare and contrast structure, cause and effect structure, then order and list structure. So pinag-usapan natin last time kung ano nga ba yung mga iba't ibang structures na pwede nating magamit para ma-improve natin yung point ng isang text. For example, if we want to prove the cause and effect situation, we must use cause and effect text structure. Okay, so if we need to prove the list or description subject or kinakailangan nating mag-provide ng mga descriptions or kailangan nating i-describe ang subject, we must use description and list structure. Okay, so last discussion, we talked about the different types of text structure. Enable for us to create a meaningful text, we need to know the different techniques that we will use to have it. Okay, so those are paraphrasing and summarizing. How does it appear like it isn't look as it is plagiarized? So, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, last meeting, pinag-usapan natin yung text structure. So, para mas makapag-create tayo ng isang meaningful text, kailangan natin gumamit ng iba't ibang strategies or techniques para ma-attain natin yung gusto nating palabasin doon sa sinusulat nating text. Ano-ano yung mga pwede nating magamit ng strategy and techniques? Those are paraphrasing and summarizing. Okay, so paano naman palalabasin na yung gawa natin is hindi plagiarized? So malalaman po natin yan sa proceeding discussion. But before we start the actual process of writing, we need to make sure that the assumptions that we have about your topic can be supported by evidence. This can be done by making sure that you have enough resources on the topic. So bago tayo magsimula, kailangan natin ng evidence na magsusupport at magpo-prove sa isusulat natin or sa gagawin nating paraphrasing and summarizing. So this can be done by making sure na meron tayong sapat na resources or meron tayong sapat na pagbabasihang literature or text para ma-paraphrase natin at ma-summarize natin yung isang topic or yung isang literary text. So this is an original text from the internet. This is about the story or the movie of the Chocolate Factory. So Willy Wonka was famous for his delicious candy. Children and adults love to eat it. Okay, so yung it, which is IT, ang tinutukoy doon is the delicious candy. So in a small town, Charlie Bucket, a poor paper boy, watches kids visit a candy shop. Walking home, he passes Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Okay, so Willy Wonka is the owner of the chocolate factory. And then Charlie Bucket is the poor boy, maliit na bata, na naghahangad na makapasok doon sa chocolate factory ni Willy Wonka. As he passes by, napansin niya yung mga bata and adults that they love to eat delicious candies na gawa ni Willy Wonka. Okay, so this is the content of the passage. Again, this is adapted from a book review found in the internet. Okay, so paano natin masasabi ngayon na yung gawa natin is hindi plagiarized or hindi kinopya lang without proper citations. So, ano nga ba yung sinasabing plagiarism? Or kailan kaya natin masasabi na yung isang literary works ay plagiarized? Plagiarism could be any of the following. First bullet, deliberate copying of somebody else's work and claiming that work to be his or her own. Okay? So, ito yung pagkopya mo sa gawa ng ibang tao without its proper citation, and then ipipaste mo, then i-claim mo as your work. For example, pagdating sa mga research paper, kapag kumukuha tayo ng mga article or yung sinasabi nating mga related literature, kapag ang ginawa nyo is kinopya nyo lang kung ano yung nandun sa article na yun or sa research na yun, and then pinis nyo dun sa research nyo, then wala kayong nilagay na link or walang proper citation, tapos kiniklaim nyo that those passage or those sentences is sa inyo, that is plagiarism. Ini-steal mo yung gawa ng iba, then i-claim mo as yours. That is plagiarism. Next, using somebody else's work or ideas without proper acknowledgement or citation. Katulad ng sinabi kanina, kapag in-steal mo or kinopya mo or kinuha mo yung gawa ng ibang tao, then i-claim mo as sayo or ikaw ang gumawa, that is plagiarism. Okay, so copying the text without paraphrasing it. Pagkopya ng isang bagay or pagkopya ng isang text ng isang subject nang hindi pinaparaphrase, that is also a concept of, or that is also under plagiarism. Masasabi pa rin natin plagiarized ang gawa. Okay, so ano nga ba yung sinasabing paraphrasing? Paraphrasing is one of the ways to avoid plagiarism. Ito yung isa sa mga paraan para maiwasan natin ang plagiarism. It is rendering the essential ideas in a text, sentence, or paragraph using your own words. Okay, so ito daw yung pag-aayos mo ng mga important ideas sa isang text, sa isang sentence, or sa isang paragraph using your own words. Okay, so gagamitin mo na ng mga sarili mong salita. Okay, next, paraphrased materials are usually shorter than the original text. Madalas na mas maigsi kaysa sa original text. So, it is more detailed than a summary. Mas detalyado kaysa sa summary. Sinasabi natin summary, mas detalyado kapag paraphrasing then sa summary. So, mamaya, pag-aaralan natin kung ano nga ba talaga yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa. Okay, so paraphrasing is like first recycling, then second repurposing. For the recycling, when you paraphrase, you will take the author's words and turn them into a new sentence by using your own words to convey the same meaning. Ang ibig sabihin niya, pag nagre-recycle ka ng isang bagay, for example, pag nagre-recycle ka ng isang bagay, ginagamit mo pa rin yung bagay na yon, pero iniiba mo na ng purpose. Okay? So, yung po yung sinasabi ng recycling. Same idea, pero ginagamit mo na yung sarili mong style and then sarili mong words. Next, repurposing. While the idea remains the same, some of the words used are different, which ensures that your own writing style and voice is present along with the author's idea. Katulad nung sinabi kanina, kapag nagpa-paraphrase ka, nandun yung thought, but different words na yung ginagamit mo. Ano yung pwede mong magamit para magmukhang kakaiba yung sentence na pinaparaphrase mo? Use the synonym of the word. Okay? So, mamaya, mayroon tayong example. Makikita po natin kung paano yung ginagawa. There's the 4 R's that we need to know as a paraphrasing strategy. Reward, rearrange, realize, and reject. Reward, can you replace any words with synonyms? Okay, so ito yung sinasabi kanina. Papalitan mo yung mga words ng synonyms ng salita na yon. Para magmukhang kakaiba, get that word na gusto mong palitan and then ipalit mo yung synonym word or yung kasing meaning ng word na yon. Yung synonymous. Okay, so reward. Rearrange, can you move some words or phrases around? Okay, so isang sentence or if phrases ang i-change nyo, pagpapalitin nyo lang ng position yung mga idea, but nandoon pa din, iikot pa rin sa isang lugar. Kaya sa pagpapalit-palit na lang ng position ng mga idea, pero nandoon pa din yung pinaka-concept or yung pinaka-thought. Next, realize some information can't be changed. So, hindi natin po pwedeng baguhin. Naggamit lang tayo ng mga synonymous words, but the idea itself is hindi natin po pwedeng gamitin or baguhin. So, hindi tayo pwedeng magbawas, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-change ng mga information. Mag-change lang tayo ng mga words, but not the information and the idea of the text. Next, after mong ma-rearrange and then ma-realize mo or ma-change, punta na tayo din sa recheck. Did you include the important information? Does it make sense? So, dito sa recheck, ito yung i-check mo na yung gawa mo if nandun po ba yung concept or nandun pa ba yung thought. Okay? So, nakakonect po ba doon sa may original text na pinagbasihan mo? Nandun pa ba yung thought? Nandun pa ba yung idea? Hindi ba nagbago? Okay, so dito yung papasok sa recheck. Okay, so let's try this one. This is the original text. Yung kaninang pinakita natin. Then this is the paraphrase. For the first bullet, Willy Wonka was famous for his delicious candy. Children and adults loved to eat it. Okay, so nung pinaraphrase ko, ito na yung lumabas. Willy Wonka was known throughout the world. Okay, so pinalitan ko yung word na famous, kinuha ko yung pinaka-meaning nyo or pinaka-synonyms, then ito yung ginamit kong word, known throughout the world. Okay, so ang ibig sabihin ko pa rin dito sa phrase na to is famous. So, Willy Wonka was known throughout the world because people enjoyed eating the tasty candy he made. Yung word naman na delicious, change ko naman into tasty. Okay? So, ginamit ko yung strategy na rearrange. Ni-rearrange ko lang yung position ng ibang mga words, pero nandoon pa din yung thought. Okay? So, ganun po ang paraphrasing. Ang paraphrasing is by passages ang pagpaparaphrase. Okay, so by passage or by paragraph or by sentence. Okay, so sa summarize kasi iba na yon. Again, sa paraphrase, maliliit na part lang by passage, by sentence, or by paragraph. For example, is this one. Yung unang bullet, pinaraphrase ko. Then, iba ulit dun sa second bullet. So, in a small town, Charlie Bucket, a poor paper boy, watches kids visit a candy shop. Walking home, he passes Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This is the original text. Nung pinaraphrase ko, ito na yung lumabas. While in the way home, a poor paper boy named Charlie Bucket passes the chocolate factory of Willy Wonka, and there he noticed and observed the children in the candy shop. Okay? So, yung watches, pinalitan ko ng noticed and observed. Okay? Then, ginamitan ko ng strategy na rearrange. Nire-arrange ko yung position ng ibang idea, then pinag-connect ko into each other para nandun pa rin yung pinaka-thought, pero hindi na po same doon sa original text. Okay? Kasi kapag kinapi ko lang itong in a small town, pag kinapi ko yun, lalabas lang siya as plagiarized. Pero dahil ginawa natin, nire-arrange natin at pinalitan natin yung ibang words, lumabas siya as paraphrasing. Nandun pa rin yung thought, but using my own words na. Okay. So these are the things that we need to remember. The paraphrasing. P-A-R-A stands for put in your own words. Okay, so kapag nagpa-paraphrase tayo ng isang text, put in your own words. Own words. Sarili mong salita. Pwede kang gumamit ng synonyms or pwede kang gumamit ng meaning. But don't ever change the concept or the thought. Next, avoid copying the text. Wag na wag pong ika-copy lang ang text. I-paraphrase natin, kunin natin, basahin natin, then kunin natin yung pinaka-thought or concept or pinaka-idea ng story, and then tsaka po natin gamitan ng sarili nating words. Next, Rearrange similar text. Yun, katulad ng ginawa ko kanina, ni-rearrange ko lang yung position ng mga text pero nandun pa rin yung pinaka-whole idea. For A, ask yourself if you include all the important details. Okay, so never, never, ever forget the important details. Huwag pong babaguhin yung important details at the same time, i-include po natin doon yung mga important details para nandun pa rin yung pinaka-concept. Okay, so hindi mawala yung pinaka-idea ng isang text. I-include natin, i-recheck natin sa letter A, connected dito yung sa 4 hours natin na diniscuss kanina, which is recheck. So, i-recheck natin, then i-check natin ang i-check kung na-include ba natin lahat ng important details. That is paraphrasing. Again, paraphrasing, pinaparaphrase mo per passages, per sentence, and then per paragraph. Okay? So, next, summarizing naman. After ng paraphrasing, let's proceed to summarizing. Summarizing or summarize it, S-U-M. S stands for shorter than the text. Okay, so mas brief kaysa sa text. Use your own words. Similar to the paraphrase, si summarize is use your own words. But, ito yung nagkaiba, yung letter N, main ideas only. Sa summarizing, titingin na tayo sa pinaka-whole concept ng story. Pinaka-summarize na, okay? So, isa-summarize na natin base doon sa buong concept. Sa paraphrasing kasi, per passage ang pagpapalit or pagpaparaphrase ng words. Per passage, per paragraph, ibig sabihin, step by step ang ginagawa natin sa paraphrasing. Sa summarizing, isang buo. Sa summarizing, ito yung hindi na natin kailangan kunin yung yung mga ibang details ng literary text or ng story. Okay? So, katulad nga na sinabi kanina, sa paraphrasing, doon yung mas detailed kasi pinaparaphrase natin yun ng by passage. Kaya mas detailed yung paraphrasing. Sa summarizing kasi, pinakuha na natin yung pinaka-idea, pinaka-concept nung isang text or nung isang story. Okay? So again, ito yung highlight, main ideas only. Kukunin lang natin yung main ideas. Okay, look at this example. This one na nasa taas is the original text. Then, ito yung pinaraphrase. Then, ito naman yung kapag summary. Okay, so basahin natin yung original text. Willy Wonka was famous for his delicious candy. Children and adults love to eat it. In a small town, Charlie Bucket, a poor paper boy, watches kids visit a candy shop. Walking home, he passes Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. So this is the original text. I-paraphrase natin. Ang pinaraphrase natin, ito po yung lumabas. For the first bullet, Willy Wonka was known throughout the world because people enjoyed eating the tasty candy he made. Okay, so nandun pa rin yung pinaka-idea, nandun pa rin yung pinaka-concept. Naggamit lang ako ng ibang words. So, ang ginamit ko, instead of famous, gumamit ako ng known throughout the world. Instead of the word delicious, gumamit naman ako ng word na tasty. Okay, so synonymous with each other. Nandun pa rin yung thought, nandun pa rin yung idea. That's paraphrasing. And kung mapapansin nyo, passage number 1, ito pa rin, passage number 1. Okay, so next, passage number 2. So, in a small town, Charlie Bucket, a poor paper boy, watches kids visit a candy shop. Walking home, he passes Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. So, nung nasa paraphrase text na siya, this na. While in the way home, a poor paper boy named Charlie Bucket passes the chocolate factory of Willy Wonka, and there, he noticed and observed the children in the candy shop. So, instead of using the word watches, I used the word notice and observe. Okay, so again, kung i-observe natin to or kung babasahin natin mabuti, nandun pa rin yung pinaka-idea and then concept. Meron pa rin sense nung pinaraphrase ko. Gumamit nga lang ako ng ibang word. Okay, so nire-arrange ko yung position ng bawat word, pero nandun pa rin yung idea. Okay, so again, sa paraphrasing, pinaparaphrase natin ng per passage. At the same time, nandun pa rin yung pinaka-thought. Pero gumagamit lang tayo ng ibang words. Okay? We are using our own words by using synonyms or the meaning of that word. Okay. So, nakita natin yung original text, pinagkaiba ni paraphrase sa original. How about naman sa summary? Ito naman yung kay summary na Charlie Bucket passes the chocolate factory owned by Willy Wonka. He noticed that children and adults love to eat the tasty candy made by the owner. Okay, so pagdating naman kay summary, kung mapapansin natin, wala nang nakabulet. Okay? Dahil po pagdating kay summary, pinagsama ko na yung first and then second bullet. Ibig sabihin, kinuha ko na yung pangkalahatang idea. Okay? Sa paraphrasing kasi, kinuha ko lang yung idea or thought ng per paragraph or per passage. Pero sa summary kasi, as a whole, ang tingin dito. Main ideas only. As a whole, concept or an idea ng pangbuong concept ng isang literary text. Ibig sabihin, nakabase ka na doon sa whole. Okay? Unlike sa paraphrasing per passage. Next. Okay. So, ito yung mga ways ng pagsasummarize or pagsasummarize ng isang literary text at saka ng isang story. Paano nga natin ginagamit yung summarizing? For the articles and the literary text sa mga journals, gagamitin natin ito. Sources, then yung ibang mga information, pagsasama-samahin natin lahat yun, then tsaka natin i-break down into summarization. So, just like this. Ang original text or literary text is this. There are two ways to become wealthy: to create wealth or to take wealth away from others. The former adds to society. The latter typically subtracts from it, for in the process of taking it away, wealth gets destroyed. A monopolist who charges for his product takes away money from those whom he is overcharging and at the same time destroys value to get this monopoly price. He has to restrict problem. According to Stiglitz, J.E. noong 2013. So, The Price of Inequality. Ito yung pinaka-title ng original text. Nung sinummarize na, ito na yung lumabas. Stiglitz 2013 suggests that creating wealth adds value to society, but that taking the wealth of others detracts from it. He uses the example of a monopolist who overcharges for his product, resulting in loss of wealth for the customer but also loss of value as the monopolist has to restrict production in order to charge the higher price. So, mapapansin natin, nag-rearrange ng idea, then at the same time, inuna niya muna yung sa citation ng pangalan bago po kinuha yung pinaka-idea ng original text. That is the summarization or that is summary. Ito yung ginagamit nating strategy pag nagsa-summarize ng isang literary text. Okay, how about naman sa story? So, in a story, meron akong ibibigay na techniques or strategy. Paano nga ba tayo magsa-summarize ng story? Gamitin natin yung idea ng somebody wanted but then so. Okay? So, for the somebody, who are the main characters? Ilalagay natin yung mga main characters under somebody. For wanted, what did they hope to do? O kaya kung ano yung ninanais nila na mangyari. Okay, so wanted yon. But, ito naman yung conflict. Ilalagay nyo yung pinaka-conflict ng naging conflict doon sa story. Ilalagay nyo doon sa but. Ano yung mga hindrances na dumating? Ano yung naging conflict? Ilalagay nyo under but. For then, how did they solve this issue? Sa then naman, ilalagay nyo naman yung pinaka-falling intonation. Okay? So, sa falling intonation, ilalagay natin yung kung ano yung ginawa ng character para ma-resolve yung issue or para ma-resolve yung conflict. Dito natin ilalagay yung sa then. For the so, ito na yung pinaka conclusion, yung huling part na ng story. Okay, so let's try the story of Cinderella. For somebody, nilagay ko yung main character which is Cinderella. Sa Wanted, ano yung gusto nga bang mangyari ni Cinderella or ano yung gusto niya dun sa story? She wanted to go to the ball. Okay, so nilagay ko under Wanted. Next, but, what stood in their way or ano yung naging conflict sa story? Evil stepmother won't let her go. Hingilan siya ng stepmother niya. Okay? So, ano naman nangyari para ma-resolve yung pinaka-problem ni Cinderella? Fairy godmother paid a visit and made her a dress and courage. Dumating si Fairy godmother, then binigyan siya ng isang karwahe at ng isang dress na napakaganda. Yun na yung sa then. Then, so, ano naman yung pinaka-conclusion? Ano na yung nangyari after noon? So, Cinderella went to the ball, fell in love, and lived happily ever after. Okay? So, again, sa somebody, ito yung main characters. Yung wanted, ano yung gustong mangyari ng main characters or ng characters ng story. Sa but, ito yung pinaka-conflict ng story. Ano yung naging problem, ano yung naging hindrance, naging conflict. Okay? Yung resolution, kung paano na-resolve yung issue, dito naman sa then. Ano yung ginawa ng mga characters para ma-solve yung issue? That is under then. Then, so, ano na yung nangyari after that? Okay. So, ganun po tayo nagsasummarize ng isang story. Meron tayong dalawang way. Una, para sa mga literary text, such as articles. Then, pangalawa is a story. Paano naman tayo magsasummarize ng story? Okay? So, mag-a-upload na lang ako ng activities. For today, ito po muna. Hintayin na lang yung activity na i-upload sa LMS. Kung may mga questions po, pwede nang magtanong.